Hey everyone, Zealot Music back with another behind the beat video. Today we're going to be looking at my latest beat, Island Vacation. And I'm going to show you start to finish, my whole thought process, how I did it, where I got the sounds from, just like the whole mixing, mastering. I'm going to show you everything from start to finish, because I know this is going to help you develop your producing, and just seeing someone else and how they do it, I know that can help you a lot. So let's start doing it. I've got the project open here. So I started the beat with this sample. Let's play a bit for you. So this is from Splice. So that's a simple sample, but it's really nice chords. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll make a beat out of that. And the next thing is I played in the piano. So all my beats, I actually get my MIDI keyboard and I play all the instruments, and then I have drum pads that I play all the drums. And it's just like, for me, it's just a really good for me, it's just like that workflow. I'm not really into drawing everything in, and I think it's important that you know how to play it. Like, that's a big thing, because a lot of producers, they don't actually play it themselves. But with the chords, I had to figure out what the chords were before I could play them in the piano. So I wrote the chords down somewhere, but I got my acoustic guitar out, and I figured out what key it was in by just playing a note and seeing which note sounded nice with all the chords. Then I knew that was the tonic note. Then I just played around the chord progression till I found what the chord progression was, and then I translated that onto the piano. So yeah, the chord progression was E flat, C minor, B flat major, and I think that was it. Oh no, yeah, then a G minor. So E flat major, C minor, G minor, and B flat major. That was the chord progression, and it was in B flat major. So then I added in the piano. And I purposely didn't quantize it because the guitar's a bit, easy breezy, like it's not exactly on the beat. And so when you listen to it, it fits in perfectly with it. If it was quantized, like I aim to make the piano sound authentic and like a real instrument, just like the guitar. And the piano, I added in some effects. So I just added an EQ to boost some of the highs. Added in Nebula to take out the lows. And this plugin is called PSP Piano Verb, and this was actually free. I just downloaded it, and it's a kind of verb that it sort of mimics the resonance of a piano, and so this sort of gave it a more acoustic vibe to it. And yeah, the channel EQ, and so that's how it started. This sounds really nice together. And so I kind of wanted to stick a bit with the acoustic sounding sounds. So to start off, I added this riser, so it kind of like goes up and then cuts like so. Then I added in the shaker. And it's an acoustic recorded instrument, and filler instruments that are recorded acoustically, for instance a shaker, they just take the whole song to another level. I really recommend using those samples like this more. I've started to, because it just it makes it feel like professional, and like as you can hear, if I play this part without the shaker, it just sounds, I don't know, it just feels a bit empty. But then you play it with the shaker, it just fills out that space so well, and it just adds to that islandy sort of vibe, like you're on a how I sort of, when I was making this beat, my inspiration was like I just saw like an island, and then like a hammock under some palm trees, looking out on the beach, and that was the sort of vibe I was trying to recreate with this beat. So once you got the shaker, the acoustic guitar, and the piano, I added in some hi-hats. And similar to the drill hi-hats, I just sort of pan them a little just to give it more 3D depth. And this is what hi-hats sound like. It just gave it a bit more of a 3D feel. And then I've got this snare. Just a simple snare. And together that sounds like this. And so, as you can see, that's the chorus there. And so, for arranging wise, I started with nothing and I just sort of build it up to the chorus. And here I bring in a kick and a clap. Then I bring in a percussion, just like a little shaker. Then here we get to the chorus. So I've got this percussion here, a bongo, and this vocal sample, which just sounds really nice with it. Then I added in an 808. So it sounds like this. Then that's laid with the kick. And so that gives it basically the 808 and the hi-hats more than anything give it a sort of like trap feel. So this is a chill hip hop beat. So not too much like electronic stuff, but more of a just like relaxed vibe. Then over here I have sort of like a bridge section, and I just strip it back to the guitar, and then the claps hitting on the 2-4. And then I just finish off like that, and that's basically how I arranged it and how I put all the sounds together, how I figured out the chords. And the next phase was the mixing phase. So I'll just open that up for you. Alright, so here it is. And as you can see, I've added a lot of effects. So I added EQ, lots of EQ to EQ out the unused frequencies. The kick and the bass, yeah, it's really essential that you always sort of puzzle them together and carve out. So in the 808, I boosted that frequency, and you carve that frequency out in the kick. And you added this and vice versa, you take that out. It's just really important that you make them come together and just feel connected, so that, you know, like, they don't clash. Here, I think I've got a side chain for the kick and 808. So I just soloed this out for you. It's only a little bit, just to make the kick pop a little more. Added parallel compression, which is just you add a lot of compression here and you just bust it out so you can determine how much compression you want on your drums without making them sound too overly compressed. So just added that to pretty much all the drums. Added some reverb, not too much, just a little to give it more flavor and fill out the shakers, all that sort of stuff. And to the shaker, I'll play you the original shaker. without the effects. So I just added in the EQ, which doesn't change it at all. You don't want it to change it. Add in some reverb, which just fills it out. Added in some chorus to soften up and widen the sound a little. And then I added in a plugin called Pancake 2. This is a free plugin. And essentially, it automates panning. So, as you can see, that's where the sound is. And it just pans it left and right. So I have the mix pretty low. I just want a little bit, but it just makes it feel like it's got, it's harder to notice, but that's the idea. It just feels like it's got some movement in it. Because when it's just shaking like the whole song, it can get really annoying, really monotonous. This just gives it a bit more flavor. And yeah, that's basically it. Added some reverb to the riser. And mixing, like, it doesn't have to be that complicated. Like, I'm getting really fast at it. I only just started mixing. Also, I did all the panning, but it's just, once you got the basics down, like EQing out the sonic frequencies, adding reverb, getting all the levels right, adding compression, really, it's quite a simple task. Also, a little tip, when you are mixing, put a level meter on it, and don't let anything go over -6. As you can see, nothing goes over -6 because you need that headroom for the mastering stage. But yeah, honestly, like, mixing can be quite simple. So I advise you learn it. If you're a producer, like, mixing and mastering, it's a must. Like, you can't go, you can't finish a track properly without that. So here's the final one. I'll just mute my tag. And I put Ozone 9 elements on here. Added an EQ. I've noticed a lot of my beats, they need more in the mids, so I always boost the mids. I spread it to make it a bit wider, and I took the threshold down a lot. As you can hear, it's much louder. Let's turn it down a little. And it's more when the kick is just compressing out, but and after that, that's pretty much done. And as you can see, this sort of shows you where the sound waves are. And so it's a very thick song, which is good. That's what you want. And that's how I did it from start to finish. Hope this helped you. Stay tuned, subscribe, hit notifications so you don't miss more behind the beats tutorials or beats. I'm going to be releasing a lot more, so stay tuned. I'll see you guys in the next video.